Good morning, students. In our last class from the chapter quadrilateral, we discussed about the midpoint theorem. And if we revise this midpoint theorem, the midpoint theorem is what? The line segment joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side. Isn't it? This one is the midpoint theorem. With the help of this midpoint theorem, now today we have to start our next exercise, which one is exercise 8.2. And in this exercise, if you see the first question here, the first question is given: ABCD is a quadrilateral in which PQRS are midpoints of the sides AB, BC, CD and DA. As you see here, the figure is also given. AC is a diagonal and we need to prove SR parallel to AC and SR equal to half of AC. PQ equal to SR and PQRS is a parallelogram. Mainly here three questions are given under this, and now here one by one we need to prove. So now here if you see the proof here, first of all, ABCD is a quadrilateral, and the first one we need to prove SR equal to AC and SR equal to half of AC. Whatever the diagram given, if you separate into two parts, because AC is already a diagonal mentioned, so if we separate this one into two parts, so first part here if you see, we need SR equal to AC, so that's why we have to take this part. Now here ADC is a triangle, and already mentioned S and R, these two are what? These two are the midpoints. So according to our midpoint theorem, one thing we know, if ADC is a triangle and S and R both are the midpoints, so when we join these 2 points S and R, so this SR is always parallel to the third side. Third side means this AC. One side is AD, the midpoint of AD is S, as well as another one is CD, the CD midpoint is R, and if we join these two midpoint, we get SR, and this SR is parallel to the third side AC. This one is our proof or not? So that's why here written, if you see in triangle ADC, S and R are the midpoints of sides AD and CD respectively. AD, S is the midpoint, CD, R is the midpoint. So using midpoint theorem, with the help of midpoint theorem, we know that these two sides are parallel. So that's why here we write SR is parallel to AC. And one more property we know. In our last class we discussed this one. The length of this SR is always what? The half of this, the diagonal, or the half of this AC. Isn't it? In our last class we discussed this one. So that's why here we write SR equal to half of AC. So as you see here we write SR is parallel to AC using the midpoint theorem, as well as SR equal to half of AC. All of you understood this one? Understood or not? A triangle ADC we consider, S and R the midpoints. If we join the midpoints, this line always parallel to the third side. Third side is AC, so that's why we write SR equal to AC. And according to our midpoint theorem, this SR is always equal to the half of this third side, that means AC. This one we write, and we put this one is equation number 1. Is it clear? Okay. Now the second proved here we need PQ equal to SR. Second one, PQ equal to SR we need to prove. In this case, if we take the another triangle part. That means this one is ABC. Again, this ABC is a triangle here, and already given P and Q are what? The midpoints. If P and Q are the midpoints, if we join this PQ, this line PQ always parallel to the third side according to our midpoint theorem, is not it? So that's why here written, if you see in triangle ABC, P and Q are the midpoints of the sides AB and BC respectively, isn't it? This AB midpoint is P, this BC midpoint is Q, and if we join these two midpoint, then we get the line PQ, and this PQ is parallel to AC. Is it clear? So that's why here we write PQ is parallel to AC by using midpoint theorem. And one more thing we know, the length of PQ is half of AC, isn't it? So this one is the midpoint theorem. If we repeat one more time the midpoint theorem is what? The line segment joining the midpoints, that means these two, joining the midpoints of two sides, that means these two sides AB and BC of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side. Already these two sides are we consider, the third side is which one? AC. So that's why we write PQ is parallel to AC, and the length of PQ is always half of this AC, isn't it? This one we write. So here we write PQ is parallel to AC and PQ equal to half of AC. Understood? Okay. Now here, if you see the equation 1 and equation 2, first of all, because in the second one we need to prove PQ equal to SR. So if you see the equation 1, SR equal to half of AC, and in equation 2 if you see PQ equal to half of AC. So the right hand side in both cases, in equation 1 and equation 2, the right hand side is half of AC. Here it is half of AC, here also it is half of AC. If the right hand side parts are equal, then obviously the left hand side parts are also equal. So if we compare these two, half of AC, that's why we write here PQ equal to SR. Because the right hand sides are equal, that means the left hand side are also equal. So that's why we write here PQ equal to SR. Is it clear? So this one is our second proved. Understood? Okay. Now finally the third part. Now what we need to prove? In third cases, PQRS is a parallelogram we need to prove. So first of all, to prove parallelogram, what is the property of a parallelogram? Opposite sides are equal and parallel. In case of parallelogram, always we know opposite sides are equal and parallel. So in this case, now let's see this diagram. If you see, we need to prove PQRS is a parallelogram. So in this case, if you see, already we proved PQ is equal to SR. Already we proved in second question, is not it? Now one more thing here you see, if PQ is parallel to AC, already we know, already we proved this one, PQ is parallel to AC. Is not it? So similarly here SR is parallel to AC. This one also we proved. If PQ is parallel to AC as well as AC is parallel to SR, from here what we can say? PQ parallel to SR also we can say. For example, if you consider three lines, first line, this one is parallel to this line, and if we consider another line, this line is parallel. So what we can say about the first and the third line? These two lines are also parallel. So the same concept here we apply. If PQ is parallel to AC and if AC is parallel to SR, then from here what we can say? PQ is also parallel to SR. Is it clear? So this one also we prove. So finally here we write, if you see from 1 and 2, PQ is parallel to SR as well as PQ is equal with SR. So PQS are the opposite sides or not? Opposite sides are equal and parallel. So from here what we can say, this PQRS is a parallelogram. All of you understood this one? Hence the third one is also we proved. So this one is the solution of the first question here. Whatever the question given in the exercise 8.2, the solution is this one here. The three questions are here and the solution already given. So you have to copy this question or solution properly. So in our next class, we continue from question number 2. Is it clear? Okay, thank you.